Hey there, Chadi Bazzi here, and welcome to another episode of the Top Listing Agent Show. This is the last podcast episode, not book review episodes, we're releasing on here for 2020. So I thought a good topic for us to really dive into and speak about today would be how to grow your business in 2020. So you may want to grow by 10%, and even if you want to grow by 100 to 200 or 300%, it's the same exact principles that will create that kind of growth for you in 2020. And I believe that this is an episode that you're probably listening to while you're working out at the gym or while you're driving to an appointment or something like that. It's okay, listen to it that way. However, one of the things that I want you to do is I want you to go back and either watch the video on my website, shadibazzi.com, or on YouTube, or listen to the podcast again at a time where you're sitting alone with a pen and paper and you can actually write down some of the questions that I'm gonna ask you. Because I don't want the answers to these questions to just be, answers that you do in the back of your mind. I mean, you're always asking yourself questions, you're always giving yourself answers, but you're barely ever taking action on them. And it's because I gotta tell you, one of the things that I want you to start doing from now on is as follows. Ink it, don't think it. Ink it, don't think it. Not just think it. The moment that you put it down in writing is the moment that you absolutely increase your odds of achieving that goal and bringing it into reality. So the question is, how do we take our business to the next level in 2020? Well, we can begin by saying the following. What I want you to really understand is that your business is a reflection of who you are. Your business is a reflection of who you are. So what do I want you to understand? I want you to understand that the business is the vehicle. The business is the vehicle to get you to whatever personal outcomes you're trying to accomplish for yourself. And you are the driver. You're the one that drives the vehicle. Yeah, the vehicle is important, but more important than the vehicle is going to be the actual driver. And the better driver you are, the better you're able to drive your business, and the easier it will be for you to reach your destination. So understand that the business is the vehicle and you are the driver. This means, what does all of that mean? This means that you must work more on you than you do on your business. Look, we are so lost in working on our business every single day by doing whatever it is that you personally do in the way that you operate your business that we forget to work on the most important element, and that is the most important pillar, and that is the most important item, and that is you. Because if you're going for it, whatever it is that you're going for and you're trying to accomplish, I always say, if you want to go for it, you got to grow for it. Okay, growing in terms of mental, in terms of skills, in terms of, for some of you guys, spiritual, physical, etc. It don't matter. You get my point. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do the following. I want you to get out of the mindset of goal setting. Get out of the mindset of goal setting. Look, think about all the goals that you've set in 2019, 2018, 17, however long you've been alive. How many of those goals did you actually accomplish? Well, hopefully, I'd love for you to say all of them, but for the majority of you, it's going to be more on the scale of fewer than a lot. So instead of, in 2020, for the theme, we want to stop using the word goal and we want to use the word promise. Okay, promise. Now, when you make a promise, you're more likely to keep your promise than to break it. So rather than set a bunch of goals, why don't we do this? Why don't we just go ahead and make more promises? So, talking about writing down, I want you to write down the following. I promise myself and those who depend on me. Some of you guys are married, some of you guys have a significant other, some of you guys are supporting parents, some of you guys are, contributing activist in the community, someone depends on you, etc. So I promise myself and those who depend on me that in 2020, I am going to. What are you going to do in 2020? Number one, write down, earn this much money. So I promised myself and those who depend on me that in 2020, I am going to earn this much money and take that many listings and sell that many homes. Simple enough. If you've already created a business plan, then these numbers should just come out real fast for you. And if you haven't, shame on you. What are you waiting for? You need to know these very critical numbers. And then after you make that promise, we take the promise a little bit further and you say, I will accomplish this goal by what? One, having set business hours. Having set business hours. This means that you gotta treat your business like a business. A 7-Eleven, a gas station, a department store, etc. They're open from this time in the morning till this time in the evening, etc. What are your business hours? See, the majority of you show up to the office whenever the heck you want to show up into the office. That's not how we operate a business. Or you only show up when you have an appointment or when you have something to do. That's not how we operate a business. In every single office, in every single marketplace, the top producers are in their office 80+% of the time at the same time every single morning on their work days. 80+% of the time are leaving around the same time every single day in the evenings. What are your business hours? What are your business hours? Real business hours. You need to identify that, make a promise, like write it down, make a promise to yourself and whoever you want to make that promise to, and stick to those business hours. After that, I need you to having set specific non-negotiable action steps. So for example, if you are in the office every single day at 8 a.m., what are the non-negotiable things that you're gonna do day in and day out as soon as you get to the office? What are those specific items? Well, I'll tell you what I think some of those items ought to be in the morning. Well, first of all, let me tell you what they ought not to be when you first get to the office. One, shouldn't be check email. It shouldn't be check voicemail. It shouldn't be chit-chatting. It should be going straight to your workstation or your personal office and firing up your computer, getting the phone ready, okay? And before you even do that, just review your schedule for the day and then immediately just grab your scripts and dialogues, read them out loud for 5-10 minutes, do a quick role play, and then get on the phones. Start looking for business. You're in the business of helping people. Just because you show up to the office doesn't necessarily mean someone's gonna walk into your door and say, hey, I wanna buy a house or I wanna sell my house, or you're gonna get that phone call. It doesn't work that way. You gotta go out there and you gotta find the business. So one of the non-negotiable things you gotta do every single day, whether you use the phone or whether you use any other method, it doesn't matter to me, but you got to do something every single day to find someone who either wants to buy a home or sell a home. It's your job to find the people. It's not their job to find you because you are one of too many. What else? Another non-negotiable item every single day, lead follow-up. Lead follow-up. I can't tell you how many times people tell me, well, I called up my lead and they had bought a home from someone else. I'm like, okay, well, when did you get that lead? Oh, I got that lead 30 days ago. Okay, when was the last time you talked to him? Oh, I talked to him 3 weeks ago. Well, why didn't you call him sooner? Well, because they told me they're not ready to do something. No, you gotta always be following up with people. Don't buy into, look, based on the way that I feel right now, I may tell you, I'm buying a Range Rover in January. Okay, like that might be the goal. That might be what's comfortable for me to do based on how I'm feeling right now and maybe my financial situation right now. However, if I see a good deal tomorrow, guess what? I'm all over it. I'm going to take advantage of it. If what I've been looking for a long time magically appears, I'm definitely going to go for it. It's no different with your buyers and your sellers. It's your job to follow up with these people, have intelligent conversations with those people, and help bridge the gap from where they're at to where they need to be. You are their guide. You are their mentor. There's a journey that they got to go through, and we help them go through the journey by doing our job and doing lead follow-up every single day. Okay, look, there are other non-negotiable things that you may need to be doing. I don't know what they are for you specifically based on the way that you operate your business, but you got to make a promise, okay, to set specific business hours and do specific things during those business hours every single work day that you are open for business. What else should you do? Remember, I will accomplish this goal by what? Taking care of my mind, taking care of this. Look, emotion. We are emotional beings. But here's what people really don't understand is that emotion is preceded by thought. Thought takes place in the mind. Okay? And a lot of times you're unaware of the thinking, what is going on in your mind. It just triggers an emotion, and you're so lost within that emotion that you don't even use your mind to get out of that emotion. And if it's a good emotion, to magnify that emotion to get you to take more action. So we gotta take care of the mind. What are you doing every single day? That should be one of your non-negotiable items every single day. To do something to increase your knowledge, to increase control of the mind, whether that be, meditation, whether that be visualization, whether that be journaling, whether that be reading, whether that be watching videos, whether that be listening to audios, whether that be attending seminars and being around like-minded people, whether that be having conversations with like-minded people who are traveling in the same direction you're trying to travel to, whether that be in a mastermind, etc. Look, identify the items that cause you to grow your mind to have a better attitude. Okay, that should be a non-negotiable item. What else? I will accomplish this goal by what? Taking care of my energy. Now, what I want you to get is when I talk about energy, there's two realms to that word. There's the physical energy, and then there's the energy that you're radiating to the people around you. Physical energy. What can you do to raise your physical energy? Different people do different things. You could watch your food intake. You could watch your liquid intake. You could watch your substance intake for some of you guys, etc. And you could go to the gym and work out. Or better yet, work out of the home. Or take a walk. Or jump ropes. Just do something to wake up your body every single day and get yourself in a good physical state. Okay, so taking care of the energy. So that's one area. Another area is, we're talking about the energy you radiate. Okay, there are people in your presence. There are people in your office. There are people in your community. There are people in your family that suck the energy out of you. And then there are people that when you are in their environment, you are uplifted. You are inspired. And a just magical experience for you. So look, here's what I want you to do. Pen and paper. Just think about who are the people that you see most often, that you encounter most often in person, and then you continue the category by telephone communication. Okay, because we live in a virtual world or any other form of communication. Just make that list of whether it's 5 people, 10 people, 15, 20, whatever the number is for you. Next to every single name, I want you to just think to yourself by saying, hey, when I am in the presence of Andrew, or when I'm in conversation with Andrew, and Andrew leaves, when he leaves, do I feel good or not? And if you feel good, then you put a plus sign next to Andrew's name. And if you don't feel good because he sucked the energy out of you, you put a minus sign. So I want you to find as many pluses as you possibly can and as many minuses as you possibly can. And then there's your two groups of people. The people that, help you raise your game and play the game of life at a higher, better level. And then there's the people that just kill your energy and keep you stuck where you're at right now. Okay? The people on the plus sign are the people I want you to connect with more often. The people on the minus category, I want you to do one of two things. Either one, delete them. You don't need them in your life. Okay? And I get that some people we can't delete. So then you just take responsibility and spend less time around them. Okay? And the final thing I want you to do. The final thing I want you to do if you are ready to take your business to the next level in 2020. I just put together about a 40-page document, a 40-page book where I took off all the huff and all the fluff and all the BS, and I gave you straightforward strategies to generate seller leads every single day. I gave you straightforward strategies to convert your leads into actual signed contracts. And you can download it by simply going to TLA Black Book. TLA stands for Top Listing Agent. So TLA Black Book, and download the ebook and make it a must read. As a matter of fact, if I were you, I would read it once a month for the whole entire year, for the next 12 months. So that way, anytime you get off course, I put you right back on track. And now, what I did with this book is I accompanied it with bonus video trainings that even as a podcast listener, you can have access to it. Nobody has access to those videos on mindset, on lead generation, on lead conversion, on changing your life, etc. Those bonus training videos only come with the ebook. And of course, it's 100% for free. So make sure you go to TLABlackbook.com and download it. So we're recording this in the middle of December. So just want to say thank you very much for your support all year, for your listening, for you giving me the opportunity to be your mentor and your guide. I hope I served you this year. That was my intention. I hope that this year was a better year for you than the previous years. And I hope that you're ready to level up in 2020 and take your life and your business to the next level with me, because that's what I'm planning on doing for me. And I want to take all of you with me to the next level. Happy holidays. Be safe. Have a lot of fun. Be grateful. Take care. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.